Hello everybody and welcome back to Operation Logistics, where we just finished writing this get entry cost method in the last episode, as well as the is adjacent on road method. Now, I don't foresee there being any issues in this code, because this is really simple stuff. This, on the other hand, there might be a few issues. But realistically, there shouldn't be. Let's go ahead and test this. And no, we've got reference scripts that are going to be missing. We'll go ahead and let that compile on up. No, I don't want to open Google Chrome. Go away. Okay. So now that that's compiled, I'll go ahead and save this, just to make sure that everything is properly saved. And we will go ahead and run this. And we'll see if this is working a little bit more like what I expect. We might have to change the entry cost weights and such because I don't know, it might decide to take some shortcuts. And we probably want to prevent that from happening. We want it to follow the road as much as possible. But we'll see if it even works at all. With what I do on the first iteration, probably not, if I'm honest. Okay, let's go ahead and purchase this storefront, and we will go ahead and demolish it. And then we will create a route here, select the route. Hey! I mean, that worked. What if we go here? Okay, it did shortcut here. We've got a big old garbage collection there. What if we go here? Uh-huh. Okay. Well, that's certainly intriguing. And realistically, this should have given an error, right? Did it? It did. A bunch of these are going off hex. And when that happens, it should return what, 3? Because this returns false. Oh, wait. We don't want it to return 1 here. That's probably a huge part of the problem. So we're going to have to recompile this. Come on, Unity. You got this. There you go. That was nice and quick. Now, a lot of those were going off hex. Which is certainly intriguing. Because we didn't see the path going off hex. But I think that's just because of that return 1 issue that was down here. It really shouldn't return 1 unless these are true. One of these are true. Otherwise, it should return 3. And I mean, this else return 3 is kind of redundant, honestly. I'm not going to save that yet. It does the same thing. So, where are we? Here we are. Okay, let's go down in here. And we'll go ahead and buy this little guy. Yeah, I know that's not a player-owned hex. Then we'll go ahead and create a route here. And let's go, say, to here. Because that should go here and then zigzag down kind of like that. And it didn't. Excellent. It did find the shortest path. Well, what if we then... Oh, wow, that was quite a garbage collection. Oh, that's not a garbage collection at all. This is the collider. Okay. So yeah, you can see here that it's not following the roads in the slightest. Which makes me think there's a lot of things that are claiming to go off hex that really probably shouldn't. I'm going to move this up to here. just so that we can be a little bit more clear. That's not going to change anything, don't get me wrong. But I'm feeling like this should maybe be like 10f. And it was returning an integer, returning 3, rather than returning a float. I don't know. I don't think that's super important, but... So the question is... Index of A. I have to wonder why... I realized that was a big pause there. I was having a bit of a think. I'm wondering why so many of these are going off hex, even when I'm actively not choosing that? I don't know. I mean, we pass in as A the building hex. And we should also do less than 0. Actually, we should do equals 0. And say something like this. If A index equals -1, debug.log error, and then this would log it as building.isAdjacent on, wow, I cannot type, on road. And then this would say A index is not found on this road. And then we do a return false. And then we run the same check right here, but for B index. B index is not found on this road, return false. Okay. Theoretically, that shouldn't be called too much, unless we actually go off hex. Well, theoretically, it shouldn't be called... Well, but it not being found in the road is fine, actually. It's not really an error. It's just it's not on the road. That shouldn't really do anything, realistically. So let's go ahead and purchase this brewery, confirm. We will go ahead and demolish it. We are going to get some errors from that, but I'm going to create the route here, select the route, and let's go, say, here. Hey! Now that is progress. So it was just that the 3 was insufficient. 10 is much better. What if, hypothetically, those box colliders, I wanted to go like here, or like here maybe, but what if here would work? Hypothetically, we want to go here. Oh my, that 10 is not enough for that. Okay. Well, we want to vastly, vastly prioritize roads. There's 73 hexes, right? The height, and yeah, it's not found on the road. That's fine. Those aren't errors. So I'm not going to log the error here. If it's -1, then it's just false. It's not adjacent on the road because it's not on the road at all. So that's easy enough. We can actually go ahead and run this up here. And then it doesn't matter if B index is one of the edges. That's fine. But if A index equals -1 or B index equals -1, then we can just return false. Now that's not going to change anything. That's just changing the order we executed in slightly. That's not going to change anything at all. What on average would be approximately the length that we're looking at here. So, in terms of hexes. Let's go to our building hexes and find out. So, what I'm talking about, I realize I'm not particularly clear about that, is say we're in this hex here, and the road goes up like this, and we want to go to this hex here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is obviously the faster route. But this is the route the road goes. So this is the route that I want it to go. I want it to still be able to pathfind to non-road hexes. But realistically, maybe like 30 should be the entry cost. We'll see how that works. Like I said, some numerical experimentation is often necessary with this sort of thing. I mean, theoretically, this could get even worse as we implement off-hex pathfinding, but that's something that we have considerably not done. At least I think we have. I'm not sure what all needs to be done for that yet. That's going to be quite the thing to tackle. But for right now, I want to make sure... Let's see, let's start here. Way down here. And let's go ahead and demolish this guy and create ourselves a route. And let's go, say, here. Uh-huh. What about if we wanted to go... Oh boy. We've got these colliders everywhere. Okay. First things first. I think I'm going to go ahead and delete the colliders from the lines. I don't think that's actually helpful. So let's go into the waypoint here. And when we're doing this... I feel like we can comment out everything here except for the line renderer bits. Like so. Now the other thing that I would like to change... Yeah, all of these are apparently going off hex. I'm not sure why that's happening yet. Because they shouldn't be going off hex. We'll investigate that a little bit closer here in a moment, but the thing that I want to change right now is I want to copy the line renderer component from the origination point and paste that as values into the waypoint, because there was... I didn't like the multiple arrows coming from the waypoints. I like the solid line better from the origination point. So that's what we're going to go with for now. And then the question is, as far as the actual pathfinding goes, why exactly is the building, or rather the entry cost, not doing what I'm expecting it to do? So if is adjacent on road, return 1F. If is adjacent on road, return 1F. Now, we're getting a lot of these, which would return false, which should give us 30F. And then in the pathfinding, let's just double check that I did all this correctly. Now, we are not doing the entry cost here. For good reason. We're already in this tile. This is the tile we're starting in. So openList.sort compare F, blah, 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 blah. Building current equals openList 0, blah, blah, blah. Building.f equals building.g plus building.h plus building.getEntryCost from the current tile. Yeah, that's correct. And then if it is on the open list, then the temporary g is current.g plus 1, which is correct. The G is the distance. If G temp is less than building.g, then we set its pathfinding parent to current, we set the G temp, we set the F. And then we sort by F. Okay. So yeah, that's all set up correctly. Which means that I have to assume that the problem lies in here. Somewhere. Let's just ramp this up to silly levels. It refuses to go off-road unless it just absolutely has to. We'll make this like, I don't know, we'll make this 1 million. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, that might actually be what we want. That said, I'm gonna guess the problem is that it keeps thinking that it's going off hex. I think that's what the problem here is. So we will go ahead and skip the tutorial for now. And we'll buy this land right about here, I think. And I don't expect this to have fixed anything. Let's go here. Yeah. Let's go here. I mean, that worked. That did not. I have a theory. Okay, the theory is a lie. Let's do a check here. Yep, it goes off hex. Apparently. Interesting. Okay. So we need to rethink how this is being done. That's for sure. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to try to figure out how to get this to work properly. Or try to figure out what's breaking with it, or something along those lines. See you all then.